Open Intelligence, the Trainer, the Training, and the Community. Chapter 7. The Ultimate Friend. If a trainer wants to train other people about relief from data, that trainer needs to have permanent relief at all times in their own lives. He or she has to have a balanced vantage every single moment, night and day, before there is the capacity for the wisdom speech that cuts through everything. In true wisdom speech is the power to train others about that relief and to help them go beyond their data. There may be one person in a million for whom having a trainer isn't necessary, but for the rest of us, having a trainer is crucial. If we meet trainers who have resolved their own data, they can be of tremendous benefit to us because they can see everything about us that we can't see ourselves. So, if we have the guts and the gall, we can make ourselves fully available to them and let them love us along. A trainer such as this is really the personification of love. It may not be our contemporary views on what love is, but it is in fact what love is. A person who can show us how to love ourselves and others is the best friend we'll ever have. They'll always love us. So at some point we realize, wow, there is nothing I can do to make this person not love me. We learn many conventional things about relationships, and most of what we learn is based on finding out who is buying into our data and who isn't. In a scenario like that, the people who buy into our data are our friends, and the ones who don't buy into our data won't be people we want to spend time with. However, a relationship with a trainer is not this sort of conventional relationship. Trainers come in all forms, but a trainer is above all else an ultimate friend. A trainer is someone who already has the decisive experience of fully evident open intelligence in their life. If you have a difficult datum come up, you can talk to the trainer, and if they see something in you that needs to be looked at, they will be able to gently and lovingly support you in coming to terms with it. The trainer will know all your secret data. What is called skillful means is an aspect of wisdom which manifests as expert guidance and assistance, and different trainers have different skillful means. Some trainers are very harsh, and so they might come at you with a fireball. Another approach is to shame, demean, or degrade a person, which some trainers do. But there's one approach that works incredibly well: love. Love is the trainer's primary skillful means. Love overcomes all. In my own experience of visiting teachers all over the world, I know there are many different styles of teaching, and this is what I have found conclusively. Love always works, and love always has the most fruitful results. Profoundly wise. When we find within ourselves the love, compassion, and clarity that are at the basis of every single thought, then we become profoundly wise, not just conventionally wise, and we are able to be of great benefit to ourselves and others. Anyone who has complete mental and emotional stability is first of all profoundly beneficial to themselves, and in whatever contacts that person has with other people, he or she will be profoundly beneficial to them without even having to try to do so. A person with complete mental and emotional stability can walk into a room and without saying anything have a beneficial impact on the situation. It is profound because this complete mental and emotional stability is the basis of human nature and the birthright of every single human being. Instinctively and intuitively, we know that this is possible for us, even though we may not have known how to bring it about. When we are in the proximity of a person who has complete emotional and mental stability, That part of us that recognizes the stability responds to the presence of that in the other person. They don't have to say anything to us. Their communication is beyond words. It doesn't have anything to do with blabbing about something or writing it down. It is just clear, and it soaks in whether someone wants it to or not. It is beyond wanting or not wanting. Attraction rather than promotion. One of the questions that is asked very frequently is, how can I get my friends and family interested in relying on short moments many times? I never encourage people to evangelize or promote the practice of short moments. The people close to us will be naturally attracted if they see changes in us because of our practice of short moments. That might then be an opening for them to become interested, but there's no need to try to get people involved who aren't interested. There will be plenty of people who will show up who are interested. The question still comes up as to what we should do with people in our lives, such as our parents, partners, and friends, who have no interest in short moments. The answer is that we can maintain our own practice of relying on short moments and follow the intelligent compassion that knows how to deal with everything in every single moment. Then we can go about life in a relaxed and carefree way and act skillfully when action needs to be taken and do what would be most beneficial for the people around us. If we decide that it is our personal project to get everyone who deeply believes in their data to not believe in them, well, that is one way of going about life. Another way to go about life is to be interested in supporting the people who don't want to believe in their data any longer. There are lots of people who are ready to stop believing their data, and so it is best to wait for those people to show up. People are either ready to hear about short moments or they aren't, and the ones who are ready will show up when it's right for them. It's always possible to engage in dialogues and debates with people, or one could simply stay with what one knows to be true and see who would be attracted to that. There isn't any need to try to convince someone who isn't interested. We naturally want to reach out to people who are totally lost in their data because we know what it feels like to be lost in stories and negative thinking. However, the training of short moments is not for those who need it. It is for those who want it. As people see changes in others, they will be attracted to try it out for themselves. The ones who want it can benefit from it, and more people will come along who do want it. The intimacy of true relating. It's absolutely extraordinary to see how people can live and work together from a perspective of clarity. Every one of our fondest dreams of how it might be to live and work with other people is realized with people who are gaining confidence in open intelligence. It's really astounding. Certainly, everything that I ever dreamed could be possible in terms of human relationship is coming about, because people are able to come together so wonderfully from the perspective of open intelligence. When we gain certainty in open intelligence, we come into contact with other people who are doing the same, and as a result, we come together with a community of people who can genuinely love us. They love us as we are, and they don't need for us to be any particular way. They love us as all of our data are appearing and as all of their own data are appearing. They are not put off by anything that's happening, and they know how to skillfully support us with whatever is happening for us. We are together with people who love us without their needing to have a reason to love us. What could be better than that? All of life should be filled with the intimacy of true relating that open intelligence allows. Even if for many years you have settled for a limited vision of what is possible, you can start right now by not settling for the same old thing. Maintain confidence in open intelligence, and you'll have all the strength you need to see through any murky situations or relationships you might currently be in. You have to prove to yourself in your own experience that open intelligence has power over everything. If you have something that is really important to you which you want to bring into being, then through the recognition of inherent open intelligence, it can come about in a really marvelous and effortless way. All the right people will come together to make that possible, and you'll find yourself surrounded by people who are easygoing and powerful. So, you won't have to do things the hard way anymore. People are attracted by openness and a welcoming and unbiased attitude. It is not what they hear that is necessarily convincing for them. It's through seeing that the people who are practicing short moments really are examples of what the training describes. The great friendliness and warmth that are present are so attractive and compelling, and people feel that very intimately. They are attracted to it because it's what they have always wanted for themselves. When you gain certainty in open intelligence, you have much greater freedom in all aspects of your life. You are able to be anywhere and with anyone and still be okay. It doesn't mean you'll like the situation you are in all the time, but in yourself you'll be okay. To have this ability is urgently important for everyone in the world. Living with people in a natural way. If you're fully alert and awake, then when you're living with other people, in a natural way you can see what needs to be done. For example, if someone needs help doing a job, you could jump in and help in a very easeful and natural way. If there are household chores that need to be taken care of, you might quietly come forward and do the work without anyone else knowing about it. When people are alert to the needs of others, there is an easy and open flow where everyone participates harmoniously together without any big to-do about who does what. Once you realize this natural way of being in your own life, then you can share that with others. A part of realizing it within yourself is to share it with others. What else would anyone want to do? Even though you might be involved in a lot of other activities that are very important, you'll see how important it is for human society to be enriched more and more by this natural way of being together. There are communities around the world where there are many people who are discovering their true nature, and they have the evidence of the love, service, and collaborative work relationships that are clearly evident in open intelligence. When new people come, they are received and welcomed into the group. There is a genuine warm-heartedness. There is no gossip, backbiting, or politics going on. No one in a community such as that will ever tell you that you are a bad person or tell you to go away. It is a lifelong community. Even if a person wants to leave the community, the attitude would be, "Oh, we will miss you. Come back anytime." There are no subtle undertones of, "Do it our way or you are out of here." Things can function very easily when individuals take leadership of themselves. By opening up to the true connection that is really possible among people, it becomes possible to participate together in a harmonious way. There is simply a flow where things get done without any sort of planning or assigning, and there is a real sweetness and warmth about it. All these are things that one sees with people living together in community who are at ease with their data. The training and the community. If you are interested in gaining certainty in open intelligence, it is helpful to surround yourself with people who are doing the same. This is the easy way to go. There are plenty of other people around the world with whom you can share community in this way, and to form community with other people who are free of hatred, arrogance, Envy and fear is a very powerful way to live. Being with a group of people in which everybody gets along is very special. Everyone works for the mutual success of everyone else, and the expression is not just theoretical, but is deeply rooted in everyone's daily experience. Imagine if all of human society were like that. By gaining certainty and open intelligence, even if you happen to be physically alone, you are never alone. You are in the community of the completely unchanging basic state that is unfailing and which will never let you down. Take advantage of trainings that will resolve your data. Just by hearing or reading trainings such as those, there will be a profound sense of peace and of knowing that everything is all right. This profound sense of peace and knowing will grow in you, and it will shine in you like light that emanates from the sun. Don't be sidetracked by trainings that aren't about the direct experience of perfect open intelligence. Dedicate your whole precious life to open intelligence and make that primary above all else. Soon you won't need to have a name for this direct experience. You'll absolutely know in every single moment what the nature of reality is. You'll experience complete and total relief deeply within yourself in an unshakable and indestructible way. Other things in life are fleeting and impermanent. They are spontaneous appearances in open intelligence that never last. Place all of your effort in what is truly lasting. This is the course of action you want to take for your life. Distraction by all kinds of other things, as important as they may seem to be, will never lead anywhere. Are all these activities going to give you complete relief? Are they going to be there for you when you are on your deathbed? This is what you want to gain certainty in. Everything else will eventually be destroyed. If you live a life wrapped in ordinary activities and keeping those as primary in your life, it's like living your life with your head in the mouth of a crocodile. Being wrapped up in ordinary activities can't sustain you over the short term, and it can't sustain you over the long term either. You want to gain certainty in that which can never be destroyed. Even if you are young, healthy, robust, and have all the things you want, all that will be taken away from you. At some point you won't be young, healthy, and robust, and you won't be able to accumulate things or find them to be a source of satisfaction. If you are young and healthy, begin gaining certainty and open intelligence right now. If on the other hand you are older, and you have only now heard about the training of short moments, gain certainty in that right now. It is that which will always comfort you and bring you relief, no matter what. Know that the short moment of open intelligence that you are repeating many times will always be your mainstay and support. Indwelling confidence. It is really a wonderful gift to have enthusiasm for discovering the true nature of being. Many of us have been enthusiastic about all kinds of things in our life. We see something new, we have great enthusiasm for it, and we hope that it is going to solve our problems and make life better. For example, we might get a new self-help book, and while we are reading it we think, I feel so great reading this book. This will solve my problem. Then we finish the book, and we might feel really good for a couple of days. But then before long, the enthusiasm wanes, and we are looking for another book. To discover the true nature of our being doesn't require any books or any looking. What we really want is not another book, but the full introduction to our fundamental nature. When we have been introduced to our true nature, and we come to know what that is, we can make a commitment to it. Yet, if we only make a partial commitment, then some of the time we will be relying on open intelligence, but the remainder of the time we will be applying antidotes to all of our data. If we make a 100% commitment, then indwelling confidence develops, and with that confidence, certainty comes about. If commitment wanes and we decide that we are going to elaborate on our data and make a story out of them, or we decide to take on some methods or practices to try to make things better, that's a far cry from maintaining the full commitment to relying on open intelligence. Sometimes the commitment wanes, and that is just how it is, and this is something that occurs for many people. If our commitment wanes, then we need to turn to people who can wholeheartedly support us. We are always committed to something. We are committed either to all of our data or to relying on open intelligence. We have the choice as to which commitment we will make. The 4 mainstays. The 4 mainstays of short moments are meant to provide a continual resource of soothing energy, support, and comfort to those who need it. One mainstay is the practice of short moments of open intelligence repeated many times until it becomes automatic. Another is the trainer. A third is the training, the written trainings, the downloads, the books, the open intelligence calls, and then fourth, the worldwide community. Contact with a trainer is very important. In the Western countries, we're very accustomed to doing things on our own and being the sole manager of our life. If we are that way, it is possible that we will be uninterested in receiving help from people who could potentially contribute to us. If we remain fixed in this idea of being totally self-sufficient, not only will we not be able to see that people can support us, we might be especially resistant to the very people who could really contribute to us. Resistance to asking for support is a point of view that really must be seen through, because it is very difficult for most people to resolve all of their data without support from people who have already resolved their own. We have all kinds of data that we don't even think about. There are personal data that relate to our own particular life and how we've lived that life, and then there are also collective data. Included within that are gender and cultural data, and we may be completely blind to many of them. Someone who has resolved all their data can be tremendously supportive in clarifying these different issues and helping us to look at what is going on with us. The people to rely on for help are those who have had significant experience with relying on open intelligence and who have mastered the challenges of ordinary life like money, sex, work, depression, food issues, and relationships. The data in their lives have been outshone by open intelligence, just like the light of the planets and stars at night is outshone by the daytime sun. If we want to understand how to have a good relationship, for example, we don't want to go to someone who has dysfunctional relationships and ask them how to have a good relationship. To learn about skillful relating, we want to go to someone who demonstrates that in their own life. In a similar way, we wouldn't want to go to someone for advice on money issues who hasn't learned how to handle their money in a skillful way. When we are having a challenge in maintaining open intelligence with any of these important issues, we can rely on one of the 4 mainstays. If we find that we cannot maintain open intelligence and we're going off into all kinds of stories about all our data, then we really need to reach out for support immediately. Why prolong the agony? When we are challenged by data and all wrapped up in the story about them and adding more and more stories on top of the original story, that's definitely the time to contact our trainer. Many times when we're lost in a big story, another person can just say one sentence and we are able to recognize open intelligence immediately. Whenever challenging things occur in our lives, The trainer is invaluable. The community is invaluable. The training is invaluable, and relying on open intelligence is invaluable.